Hey, it's Ash here, and thank you for tuning in to this giveaway. And what I'm actually going to be doing for today is, if you've been following my Twitter for the last couple of weeks, you've noticed that I've put out all of these CRO optimizations for various clients and potential clients, and you can see the transformation and some of the points that I recommended for them to improve their conversion rate and generate more sales. Well, today I thought it'd be really cool because I've noticed that some of you reached out to me wondering actually how I do this and the method that I go about doing this. I thought today I would just go through and do 3 audits live for you so you can follow me. You can see how I'm going through it, see the points that I'm going to mention. And I've picked out 3 different websites, and these are all followers of my Twitter. So if you want to have a chance for me to audit your website or your business in the future, just follow me, and I may do a future audit there. So the first one that I'm going to be doing is Tool Roll. If we go onto their page, I'm going to focus on mobile because mobile is usually king. So as you can see, initially, what I'm looking at here is just, first of all, I got this kind of strange pop-up that's going over, and it's actually hiding the button. So first of all, that's not really a great start because it's actually hiding the button. The next thing that I'm noticing is just the text is very, very hard to read. It's all capitals. It's very hard to read this orange, and it's kind of hard to actually see what the product is in the first place. So it says the preferred tool storage solution for people on the move. Okay, so this in itself is an okay headline. It's fairly strong. It kind of describes the product and what it's used for. But what I'm just not sure about is, having this button is very, very small again on mobile. It's going to be hard to click. Um, Offering free shipping and returns, kind of strange to put that first, even though, we don't really know what the product is first. So, and then you've got see more below. Again, this is kind of hard to read. I just think initially, just the biggest leverage here to move this conversion rate is just to make the images darker and to put the text on them, or just to separate the text from the images themselves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record myself going in now and doing the transformation that you can see. All right, so let's start designing. So the first thing I'm going to do is let's move over this header, just get things set up, and I'm going to move over this navigation bar as well, and we can put down the copy on there later. So I've just researched the fonts they're using. Okay, so I'm going to use the copy that they have here for now. So I'm just going to copy over this and paste that in for now. And I probably will change this, add a link, so don't miss out on a bundle sale, free US shipping. Yeah, okay. Cool. So I'll leave that like there for now. The next thing I'm going to go through is just look at their store and basically see if I can find a better image to show the product, because I'm still not really 100% sure about what they're selling, even after doing some research. So the mission, great outdoors, next job site, anything in between. I'm going to also trim up this video as well, so you will get more of the action. It won't be super long, but let's try and see if we can get a better image. So okay, so this is actually showing the image of the product here. Oh, this is pretty cool. This is very cool. You see, something like this, if you put this on the homepage, this is gonna, like, now I know what it is. This is really cool. I'm not sure why they didn't use this. So I'm gonna take a screenshot of this, but this is obviously gonna be a GIF or a video, and we're gonna show this video on the home screen. So this is it. This is definitely the image to use. I'm gonna make that pretty big, and then what I can do is on the text. Now, this is obviously all me designing it, but this is obviously how I'd send this design to the developers after the client approves the design, and then we would then run a split test to actually see if it does convert. So I can't even get to the flip vertical. Okay, so I would then add a gradient here, something like this. So imagine this video is going to be playing in the background. Then let's bring down this text, put that to the top, and then I want to just put some placeholder text for now. I'm just going to use the headline that they have for now. I'll update the copy later because I think we can make it a little bit stronger. Bring it down to like 18. Okay. Something like that. And then social proof is key as well. So they have a lot of amazing images on this. I mean, this is actually another really cool one showing you where you could actually put this holder as well. But I quite like this first one because it kind of shows you just how much you can pack and store into it. So I think that's going to be the best image. But look at this. I mean, this is all great information on the product itself. So we've got new and improved design, 5 spacious pockets for smart organization, made to last material, and rust-proof zippers, over 20,000 happy customers. So this is our social proof right here. So we got 20,000 happy customers. So let's slap that on, bring that down. Okay. And what I can do is I can create another little banner, and I'm actually going to shorten this menu bar. So if on development, I would decrease the menu bar, because as you can see, the menu bar, the navigation bar that they have on mobile is like huge. It takes up almost a third of the screen. So I'm going to put this in yellow or something like that, and I can put down over 20,000 happy customers. I mean, that's very, very strong. That in black or something like this, over 20,000 happy customers, and let's get some stars in. So let's go back and see if I can find some stars from a previous design I've made. Ignore the mess. I usually do these very fast. So, okay. Stars are in. So something like that is very cool. As you can see, it stands out, makes it pop, and then we don't need to compromise on the video as well. We can showcase that video. So now let's go on to the headline. I'm going to use the bold, and I think I am going to go with the preferred tool. I think I'm going to go with lowercase just because I think it's easier to read. Usually lowercase is easier to read than all caps. So let's see if we can find well, actually, first of all, let's actually put in the button. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to snap over a button that I've got over here, put that down. I like the orange that they're using, because the orange color that they're using is very, very eye-catching. I mean, there's no way you can miss that. So another tip for mobile, if you're watching this, is make it full screen. Like, make the buttons on mobile full screen. Desktop, you don't need full screen buttons, because on desktop it's going to look weird having full screen buttons. It's going to be like massive buttons. So make the buttons full screen on mobile. Avenir next, I'm going to put down, and I'm going to put down bold, and I'm going to make the buttons can be all caps. Yeah, so we can say shop, shop tool. What is this actually product even called? So official tool roll, legacy roll bundle, all products. One second, let me confirm. So it's legacy tool roll. So maybe we can, so we can say shop tool roll, legacy tool roll, tool roll. We can do something like that. And then let's make this button fatter. Shop legacy tool roll. I'm assuming that is their best selling product. So whatever your best selling product is, make that the primary product that you're going to display on your button. If because that makes sense, because most people are going to come, this is their homepage, by the way, so most people are going to come to your homepage. Let's make it your best selling products, because that's the one that you're going to have the best chance of really capturing new customers' attention and converting. So shop legacy tool roll is now done. I'm actually going to stretch this button even more further over. Cool, that looks good. Then I'm going to make this headline even bigger. And now I'm going to sort out this headline. So we need a better tool storage solution for outlanders, for overlanders, travelers, campers, and anyone who are in need of a better tool storage solution. Okay. Ready for anything. One little hack that I've mentioned on my Twitter thread before, if anyone's noticed, is oftentimes I don't think, well, actually, a lot of times brands actually write amazing good headlines on their Instagram for some reason. So the preferred tool storage solution for people on the move. I mean, that's pretty good. I think that's kind of what they have here, isn't it? Yeah, it's an okay headline. It's okay. So I think for now, let's just stick with that. And preferred tool storage. I'm just not happy with the word preferred. Instead of using the word preferred, like kind of describe why it's preferred, just saying preferred doesn't really mean anything. May have to cut this out and kind of skip to when I'm actually can decide on this efficiency and readiness. Okay, I think I've settled on the headline down here. I've gone through a few different variations, a little bit more research, but one I quite like is this a smart bag to keep your tools organized wherever life takes you. I think that kind of touches upon everything. I mean, sometimes with copywriting, you can get kind of too fixated on trying to hit as many pain points as possible. But what I've learned is that the best copywriting is the simplest, and that kind of focuses on the main one or two pain points. And for this, it's just organization. Like people who are going to buy this tool roll are going to be buying it because they're used to having big bulky metal toolboxes, and they want something that's effortless and something they can take on their go. So that's kind of why I went with this. Calling out that it's a smart bag, it's intuitive, and it really is. I mean, it seems being really, really well designed, and here to keep your tools organized, and of course, wherever life takes you. So I was originally going to go down and say wherever work takes you, but I think wherever life takes you is better because it's also calling out people who maybe are not wherever work takes you is kind of assuming this is for people who are, working, and who are using the tools for work, but maybe this is just for hobbyists or people who like to, do DIY as well. So this is kind of keeping it a little bit more general. So that's kind of the copy I went for. I'm going to delete all of these, delete this as well. And now what I'm going to do is use this space underneath the CTA. I really love using this space because this is prime real estate, and I'm going to use this for calling out a guarantee. So going to have a quick look at their website. They've got tons of good reviews here, which is awesome to see. So let's check out the return policy, and let's satisfaction. Not only do we extend a 90-day no questions asked guarantee if you find anything wrong. Wow. Okay, so that's a really powerful guarantee. So they have a 90-day no questions asked guarantee. That's it. Perfect. So let's put that down. And as I said, sometimes you do not need to use social proof on your page. I mean, yes, ideally if you can, but for this above the fold section, we don't want to cram it with loads of different things. We got social proof over here, but this guarantee, this 90-day no questions asked guarantee is extremely powerful in itself. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna bring this down a little bit more, just make it look good, and maybe I can do it bold. I think it's fine. Capitalized text. No, I think it's fine. Do I want to decrease it a little bit more? Yeah, maybe something like that. All right, so that's all good. And then one thing that I liked doing before is adding in some arrows below it. Okay, I got my arrows. So let's move everything up, move this down, put in my arrows. Cool. So that's all looking good. Now, yes, the video is going to be a little bit obscured by this. I'm going to actually just darken this a little bit more. Actually, a little bit more than that. So something like that. But I think there's enough of the video showing where, they can kind of see what's going on. And actually, I'm going to kind of scroll it out a little bit more. And what I can do is down here, I can put a black background. So basically, I can just fade the video out into here. And then from here onwards, people, you'll be able to see the video above here. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. This is kind of their optimization. You can see the before and the after here. And actually, the one last thing I need to do is this announcement bar. So don't miss out on a bundle sale. So let's just kind of check this out first. Bundle sale. So huge discount. So when you get 3, you get, how much is that off? 164.99 minus 94.99. Save 70. Would people buy 3? So we can communicate this sale in the announcement bar. So we can say something like buy 3 and save 70. I actually do lifetime warranty as well, which is awesome. Yeah. So I could do something like this. So buy 3. And save 70. So as you can see, what I've done here is I'm just communicating the sale in an easier way. So instead of saying don't miss out on the bundle sale, buy 3 legacy rollers and save $70, and then I'm actually going to have this linked to this page. So it's going to link right to this section on this page, and they'll be able to really claim their offer straight away. So that's kind of all the optimizations. So we've added in, with the guarantee, we've added in a better image that's going to show the product. We've added in a better headline that's going to communicate what the product is and call out some of these nice buzzwords, organization, wherever life takes you. So portability. We've added in the offer. We've made the headline, the navigation bar shorter. We've added in social proof. And we made the button, of course, more mobile optimized as well, and also made it less fake. So instead of saying shop now, what are they actually shopping for? So shopping for the legacy tool role. So in a nutshell, that is the optimization for the first one. So the next one that we're going to move on to is Outrise. And this is a service business. They're based in the United Kingdom, I believe. So let's look at their mobile store and see what we can do here. So initially, what I'm seeing is a lot of text, a lot of text on a plain white background. And yes, maybe aesthetically this looks very clean and very Apple-y, but even Apple don't go this clean. Even Apple have some images and something going on there. So we want to keep people engaged, and this looks very stale and very, very bland. One thing I do notice from this page is this is absolutely amazing. I mean, look at all these trust, logos and all the different partners they're associated with. And I've done some research before this, and I've seen that they have some amazing testimonials from people as well. So when I go through this audit and optimization, I'm going to be trying to highlight some of these testimonials, or just trying to highlight that the fact that they have all of these, businesses that they work with. So on mobile, though, a few things I can see initially, apart from just being heavy text, is the fact that these call to actions or buttons are very, very vague. They're not really telling you what they do. So initially, what I recommend is just one button. You don't want to give people the choice between three. No, I mean that's killing conversion straight away. A few more of the custom stories. This is okay. Yeah, these reviews are okay, but then they should have added in images of these people on here, and also some stars so people can read through these quickly, and also summarize their review by giving it like a headline, or just bolding some of the text, because a lot of people are not going to read through all of this text. This one's short because this one's okay because it's kind of short. Okay, and that's all good. So now I'm going to go through and set this up, and we can start designing. Okay, so I've kind of set things up. I've got their navigation bar and logo now, so I'm going to drag that over first. Then I'm going to pull over the headline. I'm going to update the copy on this later as well. And then I'm going to update this as well. I'm just going to kind of just set things up very quickly. But the first thing let's do is let's add in their button. Let's actually figure out what we're actually selling here and what call to action we want people to take initially. Just also going to update the font on this as well to the font that they're using, which is Poppins. Okay, so where is everything taking us? So they're chartered accountants helping businesses pioneer their growth. Okay, so cut through tax problems, use a financial function. I've clicked on the button. Okay, so discovery call I'm seeing. What about if I click through here? Discovery call. And let me guess, discovery call. Oh no, there's something else here. What is this? What's my business value? Okay, this makes it a little bit more complicated. Okay, we got a business value calculator. Interesting. Okay, so there is two different actions that people can take. So one is book a discovery call. The other one is they've got this form where they can understand what their value is. This makes it a little bit more complicated, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to prioritize. I'm going to set the primary. There always needs to be a primary call to action. Having two side by side with equal hierarchy is going to confuse people. So you always want to have one main call to action. It's okay to have a few different call to actions, but have one as the primary one. Right now, these are all primary call to actions, and this is going to confuse people. So I'm going to decide and say that the primary call to action is booking them on a discovery call, because on that discovery call, you can talk about your different services that you provide, and you can understand what your potential client wants and what their problem is. So that's going to be the main call to action. So I'm going to write that down here. Book a free discovery call. Discovery call. This is going to fit. Let's bring this down to like 12. Okay, book a free discovery call. Let's pull that down there. And for this build value thing, I was going to put this underneath. So I can do something like this. So I can put another link below, which is a secondary call to action. And I can have it as how much is my business worth? And this will link to their build value page. This will link to their business value calculator. So now we still have the same two call to actions. We still have the same functionalities as their existing website, but now it's just a lot easier to understand and a lot more intuitive. So these changes already will definitely improve their conversion rate. The next thing I want to do is now, how can we spice this up a little bit further? So we've taken care of the primary things. Now, how can we spice this up further? And the next highest leverage activity we can do is changing the copy and also adding in an image, if I can speak. So let's see if we can get some images on Instagram. But what I think actually is going to be really important for this kind of business is actually just showing the people behind it, because I think this is really, really personal stuff. So maybe we can do something creative with showing the people that actually work on this business. Instead of some boring stock image, because whenever I go onto like these accounting and finance websites, I just see countless stock images, and for me, that just signals it's just so generic, and it doesn't really build anything that's personal with this company. So let's make this company really stand out, and let's build, let's create something very personal for them. So we can do something where we're going to have maybe these team members. We can create the little logos of them. I'll fast forward this, see what design I come up with. Okay, so I'm thinking something like this is a great way to kind of communicate the people who are behind the brand, people behind the service. So just, showing their faces, and, I think it's definitely better than having those boring stock photos. So let's just make sure everything's aligned. Decrease these a little bit, 39 by 39. 39 by 39, okay. Cool, I think that all looks good. Maybe we can just decrease all of this a little bit. I think that's definitely better than what we had before. I mean, it's not perfect. Maybe we can do something a little bit. Yeah, something like that. Maybe something like that. Nice little curve or something. I don't know. Still looks a little bit weird to me, but anyway, yeah, I think that's fine. We'll just go with that. Okay, cool. Let's see if I can add any other kind of design to the back of that. Just not make it. So they have these brand guidelines, which are this blue and this orange. So let's see if we can bring that in to their page and do something with that. So this kind of looks like it's very curvy design. So let's do this. Make that the orange. Definitely do not make it the green, because the green is going to clash with the call to action. We want that call to action to pop. So let's do something like this. And okay, so something like that I think is going to work pretty well. Now let's move on to their headline. So chartered accountants helping pioneering businesses grow. But it doesn't really say how. So let's try and see if we can tie that through their services. And I think this is much better. Achieve the numbers that matter. Chartered accountants and business advisors helping pioneering. Chartered accountants and business advisors. Okay. How can we sell this better? Okay. Chartered accountants, but more. Okay, so this is the headline that I've come up with now. And what I've done is basically tried to reword this in a way that kind of touches upon their services, but without going too detailed, which I think kind of gets confusing. So I'm leaving this a little bit more broad. And what I'm going to do is I didn't mention the growing a business that is valuable part, because I think down here this button down here is enough. So I said basically helping 100 plus small businesses grow with tailored tax and financial advice you can trust. And I think that's enough. You don't need it to be any more wordy than that. And what I'm going to do above is I'm going to say chartered accountants helping 100 plus small businesses grow with tailored tax and financial advice you can trust. I think that's pretty good. And then what we can do, if you want to get a little bit more fancy, because this is quite a big block of text, we can do tax and financial advice. We can put this in this blue, and then I can put this 100 plus small businesses, I can put that in bold. So chartered accountants helping 100 plus small businesses grow with tailored tax and financial advice you can trust. Perfect. I think that does the job. And then down here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically show all of these. This is the most important thing that they can do. So I wouldn't make these too small. So what I'm going to do is just show 4 at a time. So let's show 4 at a time. Put that down there. Something like that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. And then let's lift that up a little bit. Make sure that's a little bit bigger. And then let's communicate that there's more to scroll through here. So I'm just going to screenshot this. Make sure everything's on brand. Now and then this will auto scroll through. So we're not going to remove the functionality. We're just going to keep things. Again, the way that I approach CRO design in general is I don't like to really redesign people's branding or redesign the functionality. It's just more optimizing, because optimizing is where you're going to get the results. Like redesigning a whole new page, I mean, that's a lot more risky. It's a lot more of an investment, and oftentimes redesigning a page doesn't actually generate you more revenue or help your business. What is if you just go back to the basics, calling out your offer more clearly, using images to make your brand more personal, making the buttons easier to click and giving people an easier and more frictionless way of getting to where they want to be. And in this case, it's booking a call, or it's doing the value calculator and showing trust. So those are all the elements at play here. The last thing I wanted to do is add EST 1920, because I think I've read that they've been operating for nearly 100 years. So I'm just going to take a guess here and say that that's since 1920. So I'll put down EST, and that's a really just subtle way of communicating trust as well. So there it is in a nutshell. So this is our overall new optimized design for Outrise. And as you can see, this is what it was before. This is what it is after. So what do? We just added in faces of the people, of the team members behind Outrise, just to make it more personal, make it stand out a little bit more. We communicated their offer a lot more clearly. So we said helping over 100 plus small businesses grow, and we just gave it a number so it's quantifiable. And this also builds trust as well, knowing that they've worked with these brands. And then we what are the services they offer? So they offer tailored tax and financial advice. So I kind of just left it a little bit more broad, because they do offer quite a few different services. And then I basically, originally on their homepage, they had 3 different buttons, which were very confusing. So I just combined this all into one. So book a free discovery call, and then I also link to their value business calculator as well. So they just 2 buttons now that they can go through. And of course, I added in that they are, been operating since 1920, which is again just a subtle way to communicate trust as well. So that's kind of that design for Outrise. And now we're going to move on to the final one, which is for a SaaS company. So it's like a landing page for a sneaker release software. So let's go on to mobile and let's try and optimize this. So what I'm looking at initially is, okay, so I've got dashboards. So I'm assuming that's for people who are going to log in and then try for free. Okay. So above the fold immediately, there's no real photo of the app or anything. And I think that's, already not great. It's down here. So I would have moved this image up. And then these reviews, I would have pulled these reviews up, and they seem like to be placeholder reviews for now. Okay. Then we have some benefits down here. So I would also try and communicate these above the fold as well. So that's probably what I'm mostly going to do. And then 7 powerful modules. I think it's spelled, unless I'm wrong. Um, but I think for these modules, I would also label them, because I mean, some people are not going to know, this is Shopify, and I'm not really actually sure myself what these other ones are. Um, so I think that can be a start. So let's try and optimize this and see where we go. Okay, so let's start off by just dragging in some of the placeholders. So I'm going to drag in their navigation bar and the headline. So we can start messing around with this. I think initially the first thing I'm going to do is keep this headline as a placeholder for now. I'm definitely going to change that up in the future. Let's go back onto mobile and see what's going on. Okay, so I believe the mobile is actually this, how it's looking. So let me just update my photo. Okay, so never miss out on a profitable release. Let's copy that. So this seems to be for sneakers, and what I would do is just one quick fix I can do for this headline: never miss out on a profitable sneaker release. And honestly, I think just calling out what the actual niche that they're in is the best thing that you can do in the headline to instantly improve this. So let's do that. Let's try and get this onto 3 lines if we can. 4 lines is not great. So let's try and do that. Okay, I think it looks better. Maybe bring that up to 30. Yeah, okay, that's good. And then down here, we'll dream being successfully to be able to successfully secure profitable sneaker releases, whether it's for your own feet or to resell for a profit. Honestly, I don't think I would put subtext down here. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to call out benefits. So I think this might be a better way to kind of communicate it. So I'm going to go down, put down here, try and use the same color that they've got down here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, is do some benefits. So for now, I'm just going to call it benefit number 1. Benefit 1, let's just do this. Okay, benefit 2, and then benefit 3 down here. Or I'll just leave it like that for now. Okay, so I'm going to have 3 benefits down here, and then I'm going to have some icons as well, and then I'm going to have the button. So hopefully by now you're kind of seeing the way that I'm approaching these things. I'm not really doing a redesign because, as I've kind of mentioned before, redesigning doesn't always guarantee you results. What's going to guarantee you results is applying the fundamental principles that actually affect conversion. And those principles are really just the things that I've kind of mentioned, like social proof, communicating what your offer is, so never miss out on a profitable what, so communicating that it is for sneakers. So let's bring this down to 14, this font. And then let's say try for free. I mean, that's an okay, headline for a button, but what I'm thinking is maybe we can try and describe the app itself. Try for free, maybe for like 7 days. Or okay, so actually this I don't think this app is actually released yet, but I'm just going to go ahead and still optimize it as if it was. So let's assume that you can try for free for 7 days. So let's say try now. See, I don't really like try now as a word because it kind of emphasizes that it's a limited time, and sometimes people can get a little bit turned off by that. So what I would almost say is maybe we can say get started. That's a better word. We can do down here try for free, no credit card required. I'm assuming that there's no credit card required for this, because if not, then that's going to be even better for people because there's going to be less friction for signing up. So ideally, that's something that we want to do is not have any credit card required to sign up. And let's see if I can add in an arrow. All right, so we can just roll with that for now. Next thing I'm going to do is let's try and add in an image of this product. So this will do for now. This image I think is fine. So let's put that in. And let's try and add a stroke around this. Let's maybe do that. And I can do, so I can put it maybe underneath the headline. I mean, ideally, what you want to do is maybe show it on a mock-up. So I would show it on a laptop. Um, it's just better than having it on, just a floating screen. And also a laptop, like on a subconscious level, if it's a high end laptop, it kind of communicates value, a more premium feel. But it's not super important anyway. For now, I'm just going to go with this screen because I think this does the job fine. So let's just roll with this. I'm going to go down to 3 on the corner rounding, tiny little aesthetic changes like this. Um, okay, so let's move this up again. Let's make this navigation bar a little bit smaller. Move things up. Cool. I think that's good. And then for here, we don't really have a ton of room now left. What I'm going to do is just shrink that down a little bit more. Maybe shrink down this headline a little bit more as well. Ideally, what I want to do is I kind of want to get in about 3 benefits. So now let's go into the benefits. So what are we actually going to communicate here? So blazing fast checkouts by utilizing checkout speed, cross-platform compatibility. I'm not sure if that's a massive benefit. I think most people would assume that's standard. At least I would. By sharing your successes with how you can earn free access to our services. Okay. Okay, this may be a good one. Integrated statistics systems. But how I would do that is I would rephrase that and say something about tracking. So I would say deep, deep analytics. There we go. The actual end of it, end of the sentence has the benefit. Deep analytics, allowing you to track your success. Allowing you to track everything. Allowing you to track. We can just go with that. Deep analytics allows you to track everything. That's good. Gonna decrease the font even more. Kind of want to get this on one line if possible. Okay, yeah, it's possible. And then let's just keep room over here for an icon. I'm gonna put this placeholder in for now. So that's not really a strong benefit. So I'm gonna keep that as number 3, but that is still important to call out because they can kind of get that there's analytics going on from this dashboard as well. Statistics. So this is kind of the main benefits that they're saying. And actually, this thing is not really working. Blazing fast checkout. So this is kind of, I guess, this is kind of one of the core benefits from this. So purchasing the sneakers ahead of anyone else. So how can we phrase that? So blazing fast checkouts. That's the feature. The benefit is that you get a competitive edge over other sneaker enthusiasts. Do something like that. I think that looks good. Gain a competitive edge over other sneaker buyers with ultra fast checkouts. Deep analytics allows you to track everything. And then let's do one more benefit. I want to include this as well. Then my third benefit can be, maybe I can put the social proof as the third benefit. Yeah, the third benefit's kind of getting me because what I want to do with the third, I've done this sometimes on some clients, is on the third benefit I've actually put the social proof as the third benefit. So like intuitive and user-friendly interface, it's just not really um, a strong benefit. I mean, it's important to say that, but I mean, I think it's just not as strong as these other ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assume, let's just picture for a second that this app is live, and let's say it's got over like 20,000 downloads. So let's say over 20,000. So let's say over 20,000 downloads. Or actually, you know what I'll do? I'll just move everything down and put that above there. I think that's the best thing to do. And right here, I'm going to put down intuitive and easy. Is that really that strong? Save time with our easy to use. Let me just quickly see if I can find a better benefit. Syncs to all your devices, used from anywhere. Okay, so these are the 3 benefits that I've gone with. So syncs to all your devices, used from anywhere, deep analytics, and then gain a competitive edge with our ultra fast checkouts. So these are the 3 ones. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add in these icons, add some stars over here. That's pretty cool. That's a good element of social proof. This dashboard thing is just bugging me a little bit. I think we can because I just know if this is a landing page, people are going to click on that dashboard, and if that's going to take them to like a login screen, that's going to kill the conversion rate. So what I'm going to do is what I've seen work really well is just adding in like a user icon to the top. So basically, what I mean by that is I'll find the icon and show you. Okay, so I've got all my icons in now, so I'm going to just drag these in. So for the login or dashboard, I want to kind of use an icon that's less intrusive, um, that doesn't really distract away from the page and that people are not really going to be inclined to click on unless they actually want to sign in. So that's why I've gone with this user icon thing, and I think this is going to work a lot better than having a word called dashboard, because I think a lot of people would click on that, um, and then that's just going to kill the conversion rate. So add in a little profile icon right next there, next to try it for free. Okay, so and then let's add in a sneaker icon down here. Maybe actually we can use this blue. Add in the graph that we've got over here. Make that a little bit shorter. Okay, that looks good. And then the final thing is this devices one that we have. Cool. And then let's just enter that. Cool. So now we have our 3 benefits are in. I'm going to clean all of this up. And now we have these powerful modules. These powerful modules were good to feature. So what I'm going to do is there's not really a lot of space left. So what I'm going to do is try and drag everything up, do something like that. And then we can, we'd have it so that it auto scrolls through them. And let me just kind of shave off a little bit more. Okay, so we'd have it something like that. And it's just going to scroll through. Okay, so that's kind of the design that I would push forward. Cool. So this is the new design that I would do, and then what I'm actually going to do, final thing, just to make this image pop a little bit more, because right now it doesn't really pop. So I'm going to add a little gradient behind here. Cool. So something like that, as you can see, just makes everything pop out a little bit more. This text actually, this dark blue, whatever, is a little bit hard to read, so I'm just going to brighten it a little bit. And then I'm going to use that to brighten this. Actually make that down to about 8. And then I'm going to brighten this as well. It's over 20,000 plus downloads. Make it a little bit bigger. Cool. So there is our optimized design for this SaaS page. What I would recommend is maybe they could actually change this into a video, or actually have this as a mock-up on a laptop or something like that, just something that's a little bit more engaging. But definitely compared to this design, it's definitely, I think, a lot more dialed in. It does look a little bit cluttered on my side because I'm kind of just trying to fit all of these key elements in. But I think, with a little bit more time and a little bit more patience, if I had with this, I could kind of clear this a little bit up. But this is definitely going to convert better, I would say, because we've got clearer button. Oops, this hour is going crazy. Clearer button. We've communicated. No credit card required, so it's just eliminating trust. What I would actually do is remove that and just keep it simple. Communicated the 3 benefits, showed the actual software in use, and then called out the actual niche that they're in. So sneaker, so profitable sneaker. Is it capital S for sneaker? Maybe it's lowercase. So never miss out on a profitable sneaker release. And then added in some social proof, and they cleared up, the any page leaks that are going to go, any traffic leaks from this landing page as well. So that's kind of in a nutshell these 3 optimizations that I've gone and walked you through. So if I hope this video has given you a lot of value and insight, and thank you for staying to the end and watching all of this. And what I'm considering doing in the future is doing more of these optimizations for my Twitter followers. So if you'd like to have a chance of me auditing your business or your website, you can either DM me with a link to your page, and I will potentially get to that in a future video. Or what I will do is, if you're following me, I will just select some random followers in my Twitter audience and just go ahead and audit their page and then send them my suggestions. So thanks so much for getting to the end of this. And also, if you're looking to if you have a landing page now or a business that you think could do some optimization and you'd like to work with me and you have some questions, there's a link at the bottom below this video to book a call with me, and we can just chat and see how we can work together. So thanks so much, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.